With me right now, a special guest. Sean Parcells is with us. Sean is the forensic consultant who assisted with the private autopsy of Michael Brown. We are very lucky to have Sean with us because through him, we are getting an idea exactly of the injuries to Michael Brown. Now, so far, all a lot of people have gotten is that chart we keep seeing. Let's see the chart, Liz, where you see the bullet wounds to Michael Brown. Now I have with me one of the experts who helped perform the autopsy itself on Michael Brown. Sean, thank you for being with us. Sean, forensic consultant, joining us tonight out of Kansas City. Sean, I understand, can I see the diagram again? There's been a lot of discussion about whether these wounds are entry or exit wounds. There are 6 wounds altogether. According to Dr. Bodden, no shots at close range. What can you tell us?
Well, you're correct, Nancy, and by the way, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. The big question that was asked yesterday was in particular the wound that occurred to this aspect of the right arm, and in what direction could that have been coming from. Understand that the arm is a very movable part of your body, so let's just say that let's go with the first theory, that Mr. Brown was charging at the officer. If I'm running like this, that part of my arm is exposed, so it is theoretically possible that the shot could have come from the front.
Question.
Now let's.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
Hold your arm up if you don't mind, Sean Parcells,
Sure.
and tell me the entry and exit points on the arm, please.
Okay. Entry here and the exit right here.
On the interior.
Correct. On this part of the arm is where the exit came from.
Okay.
So it was coming in and coming out right here.
All right.
So if he's running, that's one possible theory. The other
running toward the cop with his hand up, or running away from the cop with his hand back in a running motion. That could be either way.
Exactly.
Okay, so bottom line, Sean, that one doesn't really help me. Because that could be either way. What else do you have?
Okay, so this one to the right upper shoulder is definitely from the front, because there's no way to take this part of my arm and rotate it to where it's facing the back. So this one's definitely from the front.
Let me see him in full, please, so I can see what he's trying to tell me. So the one at the top right chest, arm, okay, you're saying
right arm.
The entry is on the front, correct?
Correct. And the exit came out of the back right here by the armpit. So it's definitely going front to back.
Front to back and up to down?
It was going slightly from front to back, and I believe slightly downward.
Okay, front to back, up to down, right shoulder. Are you saying shoulder or arm?
Dr. Bodden and I describe it as the right upper arm.
Now, what's significant about that is he's clearly facing the cop at that time. All right.
Correct.
What more can you tell me, Sean?
The other 2 critical points, especially the one that I would like to bring up, is the 2 gunshot wounds to the head. And so I brought a model with me because I think there's some misunderstanding. Can you see this okay?
Yes, I can.
Make sure. Okay. So the gunshot wound to the top of the head, let's start with that one first. It was going from top to bottom, this direction.
Now, wait a minute. I thought it was more toward the face.
Well, I'm starting with the one at the very apex of the head. We had one here, and we had one at the eyebrow. Okay, so the one at the apex is actually going from top to down, but it's also, if you look at here's the nose, so you look at my trajectory, it's also going towards the front part of the head, okay? Can you see?
From back to front.
From back to front, exactly.
That's an extremely unusual angle.
The same thing with the one that hits right above the eyebrow. It enters right above the right eyebrow and is traveling at that same angle. So a question asked to me earlier was, supposedly
do you have an exit wound on the second entry?
Yes, we have an exit wound on this aspect of the jaw and then it actually continues down and re-enters right here at the right clavicle. That's what.
Okay, hold on just a moment. So let me see the diagram again, please. So one of the 6 wounds is actually a re-entry, possible re-entry. Two of them.
Correct. This is a possible re-entry, and the one that you see on the right side of the chest is a possible re-entry. And
okay,
Dr.
everybody
Bodden and I,
with me is Sean Parcells, and he actually assisted in the private autopsy of Michael Brown. Now, for those of you that don't know of Dr. Michael Bodden, he's a renowned pathologist and medical examiner. Worked on the RFK case. He, of course, has testified for a lot of defendants that I believed were guilty, including O.J. Simpson and others. But his expertise cannot be questioned.